Sleep is a necessity. We should know it here on the morning
Yes.
show. And apparently more couples are going to great lengths to get a good night's rest by not sleeping together at all.
Yeah, so it's known as a sleep divorce, and it can either make or break a couple. And I actually caught up with a licensed marriage and family therapist about whether or not this type of divorce is a good thing.
We all know how important a good night of sleep is, and if we're not getting enough of those coveted Z's, we're not our best self.
It started for like the last 2 years. He had just terrible snoring to the point where I didn't sleep and I would wait for him to snore. So nobody slept.
Ashley Oliverius and her husband Patrick Demules know that a lack of sleep can lead to misplaced anger towards people we love.
She would accuse me of being snoring. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm sleeping.
I'm like, no, you're not. You're snoring. You're asleep.
And after 13 years of marriage, the two decided to get a sleep divorce. Although these two aren't splitting up their assets, just their bedrooms.
As long as I got a good night's sleep, we didn't argue about it. There's no elbowing.
Licensed marriage and family therapist and owner of Evolve Therapy, Renee Siegel, tells me a sleep divorce only works when couples are secure in their relationship.
It can be a positive or it can be a negative, but if you can, I think sleeping together in a general way is better because there's more bonding and connection time.
Siegel says when couples are fighting and sleeping in separate rooms, that could make matters worse.
That's the worst marriage advice ever. Don't go to bed angry because, people, then they're really stressed. Like, take a break if you can and then come back and try to talk about it tomorrow. And if you can, try to talk about it from like what's going on for you instead of blaming.
For Ashley and Patrick, after 9 months of sleeping apart and a visit to a sleep clinic, Patrick was diagnosed with severe sleep apnea, a condition where you stop breathing on and off while you're sleeping. Now, newly fitted with the CPAP machine, Patrick and Ashley have been reunited.
Snoring's gone, and she sleeps.
we
Turns
both
out I
sleep
actually
great.
sleep now. And
We're not meant to be alone. We're bonding people and we need to have our partner or people close to us.
We're meant to snuggle. But yeah, I was shocked when she said the worst marriage advice, don't go to bed angry, which is what everyone says to you when you get married.
Everybody says that. That's such a tough decision to make because, you want to be in bed with your partner. You want to sleep with your
Right.
partner, but if
If
you
you're not
got to
sleeping,
get sleep, you
I
got to
know,
get sleep.
then you're angry. All right, so she says for couples who are fighting and not sleeping in the same room, she says once they start therapy, start communicating and talking about their deeper emotions, they can hopefully find their way back into the same bed. And so I was curious too. I posted it on Twitter. I did a poll yesterday, got hundreds of respondents asking if people have been sleep divorcing at all. 74% say no, they sleep in the same bed. 25% though, which is on par with national average, according to the Sleep Federation. One in four couples sleep in separate beds. And I got a lot of comments, so let's take a look at what people were saying to me. Gigi says at times separate depending on if a kid is sick or if one of us is sick. That way they get a good night's sleep while the other takes care of the child and they switch it up during the day. But ultimately, same bed is a must. They usually put pillows between them though.
Okay. Big Blue says separate beds make sense. They've been doing it for 10 years, so they started this trend a decade ago, and it works for them.
And another one, we need separate ends of the house because I snore so bad. Isn't that the truth? I just give my husband the old elbow occasionally, and then he rolls to the side and it helps.
And then he'll stop, and then a couple hours later, back at it again.
I know. All right, Guy, let's get out to